Hi, this is Tim of the 1916 Company. Welcome and thanks for logging on. If you love this watch, email me. I am still Team Mosso at thewatchbox.com for all of your purchase and pricing details. My email is still tmosso at thewatchbox.com for pricing. Today we discuss a 2011 update of a model originally launched in 2010. The Calibre de Cartier was designed to remind luxury watch buyers, particularly male luxury watch collectors, that Cartier was much more than ladies' watches and quartz. And so in 2010, the Calibre de Cartier inaugurated the new caliber 1904 Petite Seconde. And for 2011, we gained this full rose gold silver dial model. It's large, like a sports watch, at 42 millimeters in diameter, 48.3 millimeters from lug tip to lug tip, and it has a thickness that is actually not thick at all, but quite thin at 9.8 millimeters thick. And because of the curve and camber of the case, you can see it's almost like a tonneau in that it wraps around your wrist. So while it's big, it doesn't feel overbearing. Now the mass of a full gold, full bracelet watch with clasp, you really can't help but marvel at just how expensive this watch feels. And of course, with the Cartier name on the dial, it looks the part too. Now it's very thin, and you can see how it would fit underneath the cuff quite easily, but it's also excellent ergonomically. Looking down the barrel, you can see that these lugs are not near the edge of my wrist. Not even close, as a matter of fact. So you could wear this watch on a wrist as small as 14 centimeters circumference. The bracelet is beefy. You can see it has a conforming end link to mate it to the case with no gap between bracelet link and case. And then there's a taper as the links move away from the case. We have this curvature pre-designed or pre-curved links. And the idea there is that it will curve more naturally than a straight link bracelet for better ergonomics on the wrist. There's a little bit of calculated lateral play, and this is a long-running feature on Cartier bracelets. It's designed to make them feel more supple. It's intentional. There's staggered link alignment, staggered link size, differential finish between polish and satin. And you can see from the bottom plenty of gaps to ventilate the wrist and avoid pinching skin or pulling hair. Every single link is removable, so you're going to get a good shot at the right size. And the clasp is a double deployant with a twin trigger release. So you have to press both to open it up. So it's got quite a good deal more security against accidental opening than you might be used to finding on a dress watch clasp. You can also see that there's a little intermediate sized link in there in case you're in between link sizes when sizing it up. Rolling around, by the way, the thick gauge gold used for this clasp is impressive. Taking a look, we have a combination of a conforming end link and screws and bars holding the bracelet to the case. The lugs have a little bit of a shoulder bevel. Most of the case is satinated, but the bevels, you can see them on the crown guard structures, as well as the polished outer flange of the bezel. They accent the satin, much like jewelry pops against a darker, less elaborate, less bright base, the way earrings pop on the human skin or a bracelet pops on the wrist. The polish pops against the satin. We have a little faceted spinel over on the side, the cabochon crown. The watch is not a sports watch, so although it's beefy like a sports watch, 30 meters water resistant is the rating. Now we have both a stop seconds or hacking function, as well as a quick set date. We have a triple date, so you can see the succeeding and preceding date. So if for whatever reason it's covered by a hand or it's not visible, you can always see correctly what the current date is. Now, in addition to the hacking or stop seconds function, we also have a quick set so you can rapidly cycle the date should you need to do so. Very easy to do. There is metallized applique on this dial. You can see everything that shines like polished metal is metal. The dial base has been concentric grooved and then silvered. We also have Cartier's stylized, radially arrayed Roman numerals, including a large lacquered and polished Roman numeral 12, a sunken sub-register for sub-seconds. And again, it's not a sports watch, but it does have pretty good luminescence, so you can read it in the dark. Now, the Calibre in the Calibre de Cartier is the MC 1904 PS. So 1904, the beginning of Cartier watchmaking, and this is dimensionally a drop-in replacement for an ETA 289282. It's 25.6 millimeters, automatic winding. You'll note one refinement it gains over the ETA is the presence of 2 mainspring barrels. So the power reserve is 48 hours. It's not excessively long, but it is a very flat torque curve thanks to twin mainsprings in series that have been phased so that the torque curve everywhere except the very beginning and very end of the power reserve, the torque curve is going to be very flat, and so the force to the escapement is going to be very consistent, which allows watchmakers to regulate it very precisely. So you've got a 4 hertz beat rate, all this pivoting on 27 joules, and it is the size of a 289282. It has a little micrometric eccentric screw regulator with a Cartier C on it, but then opposite that, for fine adjustment and beat error correction, we also have Eticron, which is something I like to see because that is very easy to use when you want to set a watch very, very precisely. If you love this watch, reach out to me. I am T. Mosso at thewatchbox.com for purchase and pricing details. One last detail. If you're wondering, where's the Cartier secret signature? It's hiding up at 10 o'clock. See it there?